Hey everyone, how we all doing? Okay, so I'm in an iron all night whether to make this video or not. I've also been in an iron whether to make any more videos, full stop. Um, there's 3 comments I want to address, and I think it's best I address them on my platform. First off, there was a comment left by someone, another person's channel, saying that I was trying to make myself out to be something I'm not, by saying that I don't come online until my children are in school or in bed. This is something that I do. I'm not trying to make myself out to be something special. I'm nothing special. Never have been, never claimed to be, and never will. I'm just me. And I try to give my children what I didn't have. And that is someone they can come to when they need to talk. Someone they can rely on to be there. And someone who will protect them. And children of this age, they need their parents' full attention. My children are currently 4 and 6. My babies anyway. The ones that we care for at home. And I will do everything it takes to protect them. The second one comes from Erin, where she says, I do not support the things he said. I am not defending the things he said. He doesn't need me to defend him either. There's no point in our further discussion if we can't even agree on the premises of my not having supported what he said or defended it. Now, the reason I believe that she is defending him is because whilst on his channel, her words that she used were, a lot of men have a hard time understanding exactly what certain actions mean and how things can be wrong, and we can't accept them to learn it on their own, because because it's them learning on their own that they got to this place to begin with. So we have to take time to educate them, and that's just saying the way it is. I'm sorry. That is an excuse. I played that recording to my husband, and boy was he offended. And I found it offensive towards men. Like, not all men think like that. Some maybe, some women also. But you can't label all men with that. Then there's this idea that I said that Ren should be locked up and is a R-word. If I said that, I'm not sure that I did. But I made these videos whilst I was extremely triggered. And if I did say that, I'm sorry. What I do recall saying is I wouldn't trust him alone with a woman. And I said that because of words that he used. And here comes the big one. This is the one, I'm going to put this up at the end. So if you want to read it, you can read it. I'm going to go through it and I will say what needs to be saying. Going through. Okay, so I'm not going to name the person who posted this. I will be retracting the name before I post it at the end. But I will address as much as I can. Okay, so I like you and I like some of your content, but nobody has defended Real's problematic comments or behaviour. He's still a person though, like you. You have said some truly disturbing things, and I haven't written you off as a human being. For example, didn't you say that you'd do the same as Michelle and JB Duggar? If your son essayed your daughter, so that be not seeking psychological help for either child, not reporting anything official, allowing the boy to remain in the home, and continuing to his sister for at least 18 months. I can see where the mistake came here. I did say that I understand why they did what they did, and that I would want to protect my children, both of them. Having never been in that situation, I wouldn't know what the right answer would be. My heart tells me to protect them with every inch of my being. My head doesn't know, because I have never been in that situation to have to know how to deal with it. And yes, I would seek help for the said child. And there is good probability that I would take that child to the police station. But I could never reject them. I can't say I had a great family. I have an amazing husband now, and I cherish every day I get. It's difficult to say what you would do when you've never been in that position. It would be easy for me to say I'd write them off, I'd never speak to them again. But what kind of parent would that make me? I would want to know why it got to that point. I would want to know, how can I help my child not feel that way? And of course, I get that by being in that position, he would need help. since we're talking about this as a son doing it to a girl. I don't know. I spent a lot of years in children's homes. I didn't have the support of family. And even when I went through SA myself, to which I was triggered by the things that he was saying, I was 13 when this person came into my room. I didn't invite him in. When you're in a care home, you just have to do what you're told. But anyway, as I said, I don't know. I would want to protect all of my children no matter what. I wouldn't want any of them feeling like they could never talk to me about things that are going on in their minds, about things they're struggling with. And I would do my best to help that child. Okay, so didn't you argue that Shane Dawson is simply misunderstood, even though he has serious problematic history, including sexualizing minors and displaying predatory behavior towards them? The stuff that Shane Dawson did in the past, I don't agree with. What I do understand was that Shane's content was shock value. But with that, he wasn't actually attacking anybody. His sense of humour was poor. And the choices of jokes that he made were extremely problematic. But Shane changed. Shane hasn't made contact like that in a very long time. And when he was making that problematic behaviour, I wasn't a viewer of his. I have now seen some of his work, and I think that some of it was going too far. But that is what shock value humour is all about. How much further you can push it every time. And then, in the end, who knows? And back when Shane was making these videos, this was a normal thing to do. There are a lot of programs that I used to watch back then that I would never watch now. I would never find them funny now that I would have back then. And that's because of growth and realizing that Some of these things are just wrong. And I'm going to apologise because I'm finding this extremely difficult to do. When Ren came out and said the things that he did, my PSP sorry, my PTSS was triggered by a lot of what he was saying. This person had too much money to SA person. That person is not good looking enough to be. He's got people around the block. He doesn't need to SA anyone. These all triggered me in a massive, massive way. I am still considerably new to YouTube and making videos. And I never imagined I would be dealing with something like this on here. A man who verbally is attacking as many people as he can. Saying that they're liars about what they've been through. I never imagined this would happen. I wasn't prepared for it. And what I should have done when it happened is take a step back and stop making videos. Instead, his words completely overtook my head, which led me to say things that I shouldn't have said and that were wrong. And for that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Didn't you make a series of slanderous, unfounded and damaging videos about Real that included calling his a artist? I watched you sit in Charlotte's chat and say nothing when she claimed that Real came after you because of her. Nope, he came after you because of the terrible things you said about him. Okay. So when Charlotte put the post that he made about me on the screen, that was when I asked her to do it. I asked her to put my posts from him up with the post that she was putting up. So, no, I don't believe I was being attacked because of Charlotte. I was being attacked because I made videos about him. And all I can say is that I was under so much stress at that point. And if you look back at the screenshot that he put up, my eyes are puffy. My face is puffy. I look absolutely awful. And at that time, I was dealing with a lot of emotion. Like, if I had taken a step back and just got away from it. But at that point, everywhere I tried to look, I would go to watch one person, he would be there. I'd go to watch another person, he would turn up there or be there, demanding to come on and talk, and then just making things worse. He apologises to everyone and then he does the exact same thing again 2 days later or a day later. And this is not an excuse, it's a reason. Okay, so again, I don't see anyone supporting his mouth when he runs it, but please don't sit up on your high horse and act like your content isn't just, if not more, damaging to the community. I'm a childhood SA survivor, and the video where you mentioned your children and Josh Duggar made me feel physically ill. I'm sorry. I am deeply sorry. Myself, being also an SA survivor, can only apologise. My mother didn't protect me, and that is why, that's probably why I want to protect my children so much. It is my biggest fear, my children being hurt. And I suppose that goes for all parents. But it is probably more obvious with me than someone who grew up in a normal childhood, normal parents. I spent a lot of time in care, and I dealt with some really bad people in there. And one guy who really, really badly hurt me, he got charged with GBH and got a warning. I didn't know him. He didn't know me. And yet he did that to me. And all I can remember is the way I looked. From the neck down, I was black and blue. I'm sorry. My mother protected my abuser, and it was seriously alarming to hear a parent straight up say they'd do the same thing. That is in no way what I meant. I said that I could understand why they were doing what they were doing, and I would do my damnedest to protect my children, and I would. They're my babies, they're my life, they're everything. And as I said, I don't know how I would handle it. But I would want to do more than my parents did. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to talk about on such a major scale. And honestly, this is hard to do. When I said that I would try to do what they did by protecting their son, that's been taken the wrong way. In the beginning, I thought that Josh had gone to his parents and told them what had happened, because he had the kind of relationship with his family that no matter what they did, they always had a safe place to talk about it. I was wrong about that, and I addressed that. I could never imagine being the parent of that child. And I don't know how I would deal with it. I would hope there would be a way that I could protect all of my children. Each and every one of them. I don't know how I would do that. But I would get help for them. That I can say for sure. I would try and get to the bottom of why that was happening. And again, all I can say is I am deeply sorry. And I'm going to call it, because this has been extremely difficult. Anyway, right now I don't know if there'll be any more videos. This video, what I'm saying, are reasons for what happened. These are not excuses. And I hope that you don't take them that way. I don't know yet whether I'll be making another video after this. But I will decide over the next couple of days. I've only been doing YouTube since January. I've never done anything like this before. And I realised that words can be taken in ways that they're not meant. and that is my fault, because I should have made things more clear. And again, I'm sorry. And thank you for taking your time out to watch this.